From KMUW Wichita,
From Toronto, Ontario,
and from Armilla, Spain,
this is You're Saying It Wrong. Let's talk words. Hi there, Kathy Petrus at your home in Armilla. Ross, you're, of course, there at your home in Toronto. I do know that part of today's episode will be based on a really difficult spelling test for me. But the other part of the episode is a bit of a mystery to me because you wouldn't tell me what it was about. So
I told you to wait until today.
Oh, now, wait until today.
Now, let's
Ross is sneaky.
Or did I say wait till today?
I have the email right here, and you did say until. So, okay.
But maybe I meant to say
going
till.
On here? Till. Now, would that be till apostrophe T-I-L, or would it be till T-I-L-L?
Ooh, Fletcher.
Ooh, fancy.
Let's read our question, and then we can deal with it. The whole thing.
Okay. Yeah? Shall I do it? Yeah. Okay, we got a message. It was a message from Sab in Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm sorry, total aside. When you say Bar Harbor, do they do it like Boston? Is it like Bahaba? No offense, Sab. I was just curious. Anyway, Sab in Bar Harbor, Maine, as I would say it, was asking about the word until. And this is the first time Ross and I were ever asked this. He wrote, till, T-I-L-L, as in wait till the cows come home. Is that a shortened until or a standalone? Sab is a man of few words.
Right to the point. I like it.
And let's go, Fletcher.
Okay.
Let's go right back to the point and tell Sab what you think.
Well, okay, here's what I think. I think that I have read about this somewhere before, and I also think that there's absolutely no way I'm going to remember everything that I've read about it. But I think that T-I-L-L not only is not a shortened version of until, but actually existed before until.
Fletcher, you win the etymology award of the not only the year of the decade. You're completely correct.
Ross will have to get that trophy made sooner rather than later.
And we'll do it in gold because gold keeps going up in price. And Fletcher, you're going to have you're going to be able to sell it and melt it too. Yes, till is the older word. Until is a compound of the Old Norse prefix und, up to, as far as, and then we have till. So you got it.
Yeah, wow. Let me ask you this. When you write, I brought up the apostrophe T-I-L. When you write till, or do you ever write till? I don't know. But if you were to write till, would you write apostrophe T-I-L or would you write T-I-L-L?
I would not do apostrophe T-I-L, but I'm like one of those purists who when I do like something as a joke, I will do the apostrophe N apostrophe, which most people don't bother with.
I will too. I'll do that. But I wouldn't write, particularly now knowing how till works, I would definitely not write, apostrophe T-I-L-L. Till incidentally means goal. I didn't finish saying that.
I want to say not apostrophe T-I-L-L.
He was saying apostrophe T-I-L.
No, I wouldn't do that either. No.
Well, that's more common, though. It's weird. That is becoming more and more common, the apostrophe T-I-L. Which it's to me, that seems like kind of antiquated, but apparently that's becoming more and more common in usage.
Well, I think it's using like, 'twas the night before Christmas with, the apostrophe T, 'twas, that sort of thing too. I think it's basically you're thinking of those words and you're putting the apostrophe there. But
they're abbreviating until.
Yeah. There's no need to do that. So I don't think I wouldn't do it. Although I would never say till either, actually, to be really fair. I don't think I've ever said
really
till, let me just think.
I mean, probably you just drop that first syllable sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't think I would think it, like write it in a sense. I don't think I would write it.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. I have written it, and I think I've written it both ways. I'd probably go for the T-I-L-L though.
I would too. I actually would if I was saying like I'm gonna like sit here and type. Okay, I can't make it till 11. That looks wrong though. They all look wrong. Now Until. Thank you. I'm on the
Yeah.
until
Well, I mean,
person.
it's only one more letter than till or apostrophe til.
Yeah, and apostrophes are harder to type anyway.
That's right.
They are actually. I agree. I
In
wouldn't
your
do it for
head,
that
they
reason,
are, aren't
too.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for that reason either. Speaking of which, Fletcher, do you touch type or not?
I don't know what that is.
Like
You just type,
when you type, do you need to look at the keyboard or can you just do
and
it?
you use all your
Oh.
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly I don't need to look. Every now and then I'll look down just to reorient myself or to get my bearings.
Mhm.
But you don't hunt and peck. You keep your hands on the keyboard and just type.
Oh yeah,
right?
no. I learned keyboard typing in school.
Yeah, I was talking to some people about that at the university, and a lot of people don't now. They do really fast. I actually did a test against someone because I touch type, and they were doing like pecking like that, and they're really quick. It's weird
Mm-hmm.
from computer games and stuff like that. I guess.
Although back in the day, Ross, when I was in television news, there were the guys that were the older reporters. We had literally back in the newsroom old what do you call it? Non-electric typewriters.
And they were really
they
quick.
typed like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
And they were insane. I mean, if they were still alive, they would be like going like nuts on a phone.
Because I was always brought up thinking, well, touch type, learning how to do it, that the old-fashioned typing class way was like you were much faster, but you're not necessarily faster at all. That's what I found too. I thought it was really interesting.
You know what I don't like though, and maybe it's just because of how my eyes work. I don't like to have to look up and down that much. Like look at the screen and look down at my hands and look.
No,
at the
I don't
screen.
either. I don't either. That's what I was asking in that sense.
I was like, just a total quick aside. I was fascinated the till and money box, as in put the cash in the till.
Mm-hmm.
I got curious about that. Completely unrelated, of course. It's not related to till. Or wait a minute, is it, Ross? No. Because I hear till more than I ever used to, as in put the money in the till.
That I hear. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it's called, right? What else would you call it? The drawer?
The drawer.
Yeah, the drawer, the box.
Yeah.
The till is the thing that comes out when you push the sale button on the right. It's not a box.
It's a drawer or a box.
But the interesting thing was no one knows where the word comes from, which I thought was really interesting. There's no real idea where it could have all these things, possibly old Nork floorboard. I guess put the money in the till, put it into the floor, possibly, but no one really knows.
I think that makes sense. So you tuck it under there. No one's gonna get it. Your lumps of gold.
Okay, now let's move on to something really fun, which is like getting Fletcher to make many, many mistakes.
Yeah, really fun for everyone.
Yes.
Last week you did too well, Fletcher. So the gloves are off.
John McPhee gave a quote, sort of a 20-word final exam in his journalism and creative writing class at Princeton University. And these are horror words to spell. And we looked very diligently. We could not find the exact score of the students, but we did find out that no one got them all correct.
Okay.
And presumably, Kathy, we did the aspect. We did it before. We talked about the words that end in umble. That's what Kathy wanted to add. And but this time we're going to do the spelling. And the spelling is really, really tough, Fletcher. And we're waiting to see you make, let's say, 5 mistakes, Kathy. What are you thinking?
I have to get a pencil and a piece of paper. I have to get this down. I think Fletcher's going to get out of 20. He's very good. I think he'll get 17.
Okay,
correct.
Let's go. The first word, Fletcher, you don't really have to bother usually defining them because we're pretty sure you know them. But the first word is moccasin.
Moccasin. Okay. Well,
spell it out.
I'm already not sure.
Should we sing the Jeopardy song now?
All of these are just gonna have like double letters somewhere and not double letters other places, and this is just gonna completely screw me up. Well, so fine. Moccasin.
Yes,
you got it right.
2 C's, 1 S.
Yes, you got it.
Okay.
That's the thing. In this one, this is a tricky one because many people get worried about the C issue. Or they either miss that double C, or this is the question I always do. They think the SIN should be SAIN or SIAN. They feel like there should be an A in the latter part.
It's funny. I would have, if I this one I knew how to spell, but if I were tempted to misspell it in a weird way, that's hard to exactly say. But I would have thought that double S would be common. SSIN. I know SSION is a very common ending in English, and SS. But I'm going to write it down now.
That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, moccasin with double S doesn't. I want to see.
Doesn't look right now. If you try it. Now,
it doesn't look
to
right.
me, my issue would be that I would be tempted to throw in an A at the moccasin for some reason.
No, I wouldn't. To me, it's moccasin. I think that wouldn't be mine.
Yeah. I was only worried about the double letters. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so you're not an asinine fellow. Go on, Kath.
No, Ross, you just took it. So go.
Did you say asinine? You said I'm not asinine.
Yeah.
I think. Despite how it sounds, I think asinine is just one S. ASININE.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what you said. The issue there is most people think that there should be double S.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, right?
But I have to throw in, which is one of my favorite things about assume, how you remember how to spell assume. It's because if you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I think that's one of the best mnemonics ever. That's all.
And for me, speaking of ass, I thought that Katy Perry's recent remark was did you hear that, Fletcher?
No.
Let's put the ass back in astronaut, which I thought, like, why?
I didn't know it was there in the. Yeah, I didn't know it was there in the first place.
No, I don't know.
Okay, this one I actually know how to spell, but I always have to think. The word is braggadocio. Braggadocio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think. So we've also, in addition to this spelling test here today, people may remember we've also been going through the hardest words of the SATs, and I've been having
this was in there.
to spell those. So way back when we did the letter B, I believe braggadocio was there.
So let's remember it then, Fletcher. Let's test you.
That's so unlikely. BRAGGADO. CIO.
You got it.
Correct.
You did it.
It's again. Do you want to use the single C, or do you want to do a double C? The only reason I went with the single one is because I would have thought that like two C's would be a ch sound, but I don't think one C is a sh sound, is it?
No, it should be a ch sound in Italian.
Well, this is a fake word, though.
But to be fair, it's a fake word, exactly.
Right.
It was coined by Spencer, basically playing off of the Italian, it's faux Italian. He was like, everyone loved Italy in those early days, and he threw it in. But it's the only English word ending in OCIO. So now you know a really fun, interesting fact. Yes. You could bring that up at a next cocktail party you go to, Fletcher.
You'll wow them. Boy, will you wow them. You'll get extra hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Next, Ross.
Okay, this is an interesting one because you were mentioning double C's, double S's. So we're going to give you one without any of that problem.
Oh, thank
Rarefy.
you. Oh, gosh. Okay. Rarefied air.
Yes. What does it mean, Fletcher? Let's tell us that too.
Well, I mean, like, I always thought it was like, you don't have, like, if you're in rarefied air, you don't have a lot of peers. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just give us like a flat definition.
I don't know. I don't know what
make thin, reduce the density of, which is correct how you said it. Rarefied air.
It's more refined.
Yeah, it's more refined. Yeah.
Okay. I definitely didn't really know it like that.
You would suss it out though if someone said, unless
I would know what somebody meant if I saw that word in a sentence. But obviously I wouldn't have been able to tell you that definition. That did not.
It's
that doesn't
funny.
count.
I'm with you, Fletcher. Ross, honestly, I mean, I know that's technically it. I never think of it that way. I think of it as you're more exalted. Ooh, rarefied. You're on a higher plane.
I was doing the technical definition, which is actually from the Latin. So I'm sorry, but we won't go there. Yeah.
Well, there's a shock.
Well, so I think it's RARIFY.
Oh, Fletcher.
Is it not?
Let's try one other word here. Okay. Okay. Stupefy spell.
Yeah, STUPEFY. Rarify is with an U?
Yes.
Yeah. Really? Well,
Yep.
I guess now that I think about rarefied with the IED at the end, I guess maybe there is an E there. Wow. Yep. Okay.
All those old Latin people who gave you that word would have agreed with you. we have liquefy and putrefy as well as other words, which is torpify. We don't use torrify.
Well, there were a few. The Merriam-Webster said there were only 17 words that ended in EFY. 3 of them were beefy, reefy, and defy, which don't count. So we're down to what? So we're down to 14.
Yep. Calify.
And the others are, reliquify, torpify. I never even heard of these.
I would never use it. Tumify, which I guess would mean to make it tumescent, would make it like sort of bigger.
Obstupefy, I kind of like.
Stupefy would use liquefy.
No, obstupefy.
Obstupefy is fine too, I think. I wouldn't use it, but it seems fine.
My simple question. Okay, would John Milton use these words, Ross? I ask you.
I think obstupefy he would, and I think we would be obstupefied reading his prose. So.
Okay, the next word is not at all stupefying, or maybe it is. The next word is pavilion.
Yeah, pavilion. I can see all these words in my head, and then I question whether I'm seeing the right thing.
I keep on wanting to send them to you, and then I realize that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
But I think, Fletcher, you're allowed. I think, should he be allowed to write them out or not? No.
That's writing things out is not good radio.
He can write in the air like they do in scripts.
Yeah. I don't have that kind of spatial. Pavilion. Pavilion.
You got it. Okay, let's give you another quick question. What word is it related to? That's a common, it would be a scientific word nowadays for this common bug.
A bug, a common bug. No.
Or like in French, you would know the word in French too.
It's also a film.
Yeah. Yes, you got it. Papillo is the word, the original word.
Really?
Which is tent, which is butterfly. But when you think about it, in medieval Latin, tent sort of looked like butterflies on the land. Isn't that cool?
You remember that joke about the Spanish speaker and the French speaker and the German speaker?
The German. Yes, yeah. I do. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Well, tell it to people here. Let's go.
Okay, all right. So a French person and a Spanish person and a German person are all talking about their languages and how beautiful they are. And the French person brings up the French word for butterfly. It says papillon. It's so beautiful. And the Spanish person says, yes, but mariposa, isn't that just so gorgeous? It's even more beautiful than papillon. And the German person says, yeah, but what is wrong with der Schmetterling?
That is one of my favorite jokes in the world. And you know what? There's something winning about Schmetterling.
Sorry to all our German listeners.
I was going to say, we're going to get like angry letters from Germans now.
That was horrifying. I have German relatives, and
you're off the hook.
Yeah, right.
I'm married to someone of partial German origin too, so I think we're all okay. And
and Randy, I forgot Randy is German,
we all are.
In background. So yeah,
so
we're all safe. All right, Schmetterling, baby.
Okay, now we have another word that you're on the same sort of line, and I think you're going to get it instantly. Vermilion.
Oh, vermilion. It is along the same lines, but I don't think it's the same. Vermillion.
Fletcher.
It's really one L?
Yes, it is.
I thought you were trying to trick me.
I was.
We were. It was a double trick.
You did. You tricked me and then turned around and tricked me again. Okay. Vermilion. What is vermilion? Is that a color?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a reddish color. It's actually a very nice color. And it came from, did it come from vermeil? Yeah, vermeil is related to it, because I know vermeil from design stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it possibly came from vermiculus, which is a little worm in late Latin. And it's like when they made dyes, red dyes from a little another bug, actually. So
what's that, Ross? I never could pronounce Cochineal, because I always run across that with dyes.
I agree with you. It's cochineal, I think.
It's one of those words that I never say out loud.
Yeah. Okay. You know something? I'm going to plug it in right now.
Well, let me ask you guys something, and you may have never ever thought about this before. If you hear a word and somebody tells you it's a color, but you don't know what color it is there a particular kind of color that you imagine, like, more often?
That's an interesting question, because I always had the problem with, oh crap, now I can't remember. There was some color that I was really disappointed when I learned that what I had pictured was not the color.
Okay, I'm going to have a problem right now because I don't know. I just saw the film too. It was yesterday. Puce.
Oh, puce. Right. So what do you imagine? What do you imagine?
I don't really know what it is. I picture light purple.
That's not far off.
That's correct. I always picture puce, to me, has always been sort of more like a greeny, and I know I'm wrong, but I always picture it sort of as that greeny color that I can't wear that I love. That yellowy greeny color.
Okay, see, this is what happens to me when I don't know what a color is. I picture a yellowy greeny type thing.
Oh, you do too? Oh God, that's really weird.
Until you told me just now what vermilion is, I thought it was kind of yellowy greeny.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyway, I guess that's.
Yeah, that was the same thing with a book I read as a kid, and it kept coming. Juniper, I always thought was yellowy greeny.
Yeah.
Juniper isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I thought juniper. What? Hold on. This is really
Juniper
upsetting.
isn't gin. I know that.
I do want to say it's not always the same yellowy greeny either.
Juniper color is green, but it's not a yellowy green. It's a juniper green. It's a gray green. Oh, they have here a rich verdant emerald green with sharp blue undertones.
No, there's much more yellow in my head.
Yeah, you're getting farther and farther away from juniper in my head.
But incidentally, cochineal is the term.
Cochineal. Periwinkle. What do you guys picture periwinkle as?
I know what periwinkle is. So
it's red. Blue?
Did you say red?
That's what I picture.
It's blue, I thought.
I know it is, but I picture it as red.
Oh, okay.
Periwinkle blue, but I have to go in my head and translate it into
That's exactly it, Ross. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You translate the color in your head. That's perfect. Yeah. That is really what you do.
I have the same problem with cyan. I didn't know what cyan was for the longest time, and I thought it was kind of like a deep yellow, and I still do. Every time I see cyan, I think of that color in my head, and then I have to remember, no, it's that blue. Every time.
Funny. Cyan, because of cyanide, and they always have people dying of cyanide poisoning, and they turn blue-green. So I always picture it as that.
Oh my gosh, I never thought. Is that how you get cyanide, from cyan?
Yeah.
I never thought of that in my life.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I never did. Cyan color cyanide in Agatha Christie. It's
they get one too. Or they get greeny bluish. Exactly.
Golly.
I mean, even in my head, cyanide is like kind of a deep yellow.
With a little touch of green.
Okay, I've taken us way off track. I know. So, Fletcher, you're no imposter when it comes to
This is a giveaway. This is a gimme.
This is hard. I can never, ever, ever remember. Also, I think it's spelled differently in different languages. Is it ER? Imposter. It's OR.
Okay, really? OR. That's your answer?
I mean, I mean, they both look right to me because I think I've seen them. I think I've seen it written both ways.
You got it wrong.
It should be OR.
Okay.
And the problem that you're getting into here is ER and OR are both suffixes which indicate agentive, that you're doing something. They
Yeah.
turn the verb into a noun, which is fine. And you can know we've talked a lot of times about how bad the Romans were, and the Romans did this to us. In regular English, ER does it. Driver, DRIVER. But in Latin word, the suffix is OR. And the problem is you get a lot of words, batter up, ER. You're an imposter, OR. I mean, you can't win on that one. You got to just
Dictator, OR.
Right. Operator.
Okay. You know what? Here's part of my problem. I watched a documentary one time. I'm looking it up right now. Called The Imposter, and it was spelled ER.
Now I'm looking at it quickly too.
Well, I'm just going to interject and say I love the female forms of imposter. Back in the 1600s was Bacon used impostress, and Fuller, a historian, used impostrix.
Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah.
Impostrix.
Something, Fletcher, you're completely correct though with that.
Yeah.
Let's just see what Merriam-Webster says here. I'm going to do ER. Merriam, I'm sorry. They have it as a synonym for imposter, but that's just, they have the OR though and everything else.
OR is preferred.
Yeah.
ER is becoming more common and is
that one I think is who cares? Is like you get the point comes across immediately what it is.
Well, I mean, who cares? Yeah, but I'm going to try to spell it OR. Assuming I can remember an hour from now.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
we'll remind you.
That messes me up because I remember I may have even written about the movie back when it came out, and
it is,
and having to write that ER has kind of messed me up. Yeah.
No, it's
I think that's the thing, though. Also, when it goes from your head to your hands, it gets drummed in somehow. It's the old thing. Yeah,
it's a great way to learn a language, actually. Fletcher, just quickly, advisor. How do you spell that?
Oh, I think that's OR. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. How about caterer? That's
ER.
Let's move on.
But I think one quick thing, though, I think one of the problems, though, with a lot of these words are they come from like dictate becomes dictator, but it ends with an E. Operate becomes operator, which I think can be really confusing to language learners.
Well, I think, but if you're in it, you just learn it by virtue of being in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Accommodate.
No, come on, really? I knew you were going to ask me this one.
This is fun.
This always throws me, I must admit. And I know how to spell it, but I'm always second guessing myself.
This one I actually do have to write down.
Accommodate.
All right. This one I am actually going to write down.
The advisor accommodated the impostor. I'm saying or on purpose.
They both look wrong. ACCOMODATE.
Nope.
It is 2 M's. Gosh.
Yeah.
2 C's, 2 M's.
It looks too long when I
It's also really a killer if you from the Latin, because in Latin, accommodatus has 1 M, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
But it comes from a word, commodare, which has 2 M's in it. So knowing the background of this word kills you.
It does? I thought a Commodore has 1 M.
No, a Commodore does, but it comes from ad, which is 2, going to Commodore. And Commodore has 2 M's.
Well, so you know what? The Romans are dead now. I think we just turn this all around, make it less complicated.
Okay,
I've had enough.
Let's eat some mayonnaise now instead.
Good. I think I can do mayonnaise.
Okay.
MAYONNAISE.
Perfect.
Yay! All righty.
Okay, perfect.
You're back ahead.
Can you give us a quick etymology for the origin of mayonnaise? Probably.
You get from
what?
You're an evil man, Ross.
It's something from a place called Mayon.
Ah, yeah. Mais non. It comes from, apparently, they think from the island of Minorca, which was captured by Spain.
What was the capital of Minorca?
Exactly.
Ross?
I was going to say the capital, Fletcher, is I don't know how to pronounce it. Mahon.
Mahon.
Mahon. Mahon.
Ed McMahon. How did he say it? McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So, I mean, it's certainly easier for us to put a Y there instead of an H.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Mayonnaise. Interesting. I did not know
you said that very nicely, though.
Did I? I made it up.
You did. That sounded very classy. I was very impressed. And speaking of impressed, the next word, Ross?
Impresario.
I say
now
impresario.
We're gonna have some fun with this.
Impresario is what.
I say impresario.
Yeah. I have my A's all over the place, though. Particularly coming to Canada, because Canada has flatter A's, and I go back and forth. I'm all a mess. Anyway, impresario, whatever. Let's go.
IMPRE.
Mm-hmm. That's the easy part, Fletcher.
Yeah.
Let's go the hard part.
SARIO.
You got it. One S, not two S's.
Right.
Two S's are a very common misspelling, and I can understand why.
Yeah, for sure. That doesn't look right to me, though. But neither did accommodate, so who knows?
Mm-hmm. Actually, Kev, let's do the next one. We're running a little bit low. The next one's really interesting.
Supersede. Superman. Okay. The word is supersede.
Supersede, yeah. So the obvious thing here is, I mean, we know how to spell super, SUPER. The question is...
Are you sure of that? No, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. SOOPE.
SOU Ross P.
Okay, let's go, Fletcher. What is it?
Yeah, I'm not that one. Super. So if something supersedes, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of another word.
It's above. It's like huge. Yeah. No, it's superseding. It's like superfly. Sorry.
That is supersession a word?
You got this. You've got it. I'm sure you do.
I don't. Fletcher, I want to hear him say it.
I just can't remember which way it goes. I guess CEDE.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's SEDE, isn't it?
Yes, and this is interesting because we have a lot of words ending in CEDEs. Accede, antecede, seed, concede, intercede, reseed, secede.
It's interesting to me. You said accede instead of accede. That's interesting.
I did. You're right. And that should have been probably accede. You're right. Technically. The key thing here is CEDE is from the Latin. Actually, in Latin, it really should have been acide, whatever. But the CEDE is to walk or to go away from, to go back to. The SEDE is to sit.
Yeah.
And supersede is you're sitting on something. You're over something.
You're sitting above something. You're above on the big chair.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. I think I do this every time. I'll bet of all the words that we've talked about, accommodate and supersede are the two that I misspell 80 to 90% of the time.
Well, I gotta tell you though, in terms of your final score so far, since we're not through the 20, you got 6 correct and 5 incorrect.
Okay.
I got 5. I missed 5. Wow.
You missed 5.
Okay.
That's still pretty good. And I like the supersede. I completely agree with Fletcher. It's so, you just look at the pattern and you go, obviously it's seed. And then when you think about seed being, kind of going backward or something, supersede could be you're going above backward. I don't know. It makes sense even that way.
Okay. What else? Does anything else end in SEDE?
In English?
No, it's the only verb ending in SEDE. I just
I don't think it is any. Therefore, again, here we go. Yeah.
If we were in Germany, we'd be in Fat City.
Yes.
However, we are not.
We're not in Germany.
Yeah, right. Schmetterling seed.
But it's easy to remember when you think about it because it's supersede and seat is like seat. So you're sitting above. I think that's how you just do it.
For me, I'm with you on the accommodate. That one I always have to stop, sit, and think, and then I punt.
I never get there.
I'm trying to write it right now. But when you look at it, let me just see. Yeah, it's easy. It looks okay with the 1C actually to me.
1C?
I think
Oh,
no, for me it's
one,
the M that throws me
yeah,
off. That's
yeah.
interesting.
Now looking at the that's funny because for me it's the C. Oh, I see.
Interesting.
Either way looks fine.
And you know what? I think we should just start a new rule. Anyway is fine. They're all fine. I'm going to accommodate you all.
One real danger nowadays though is the spell check on your computer. Because a lot of times, I mean, I'll make these common mistakes and it just automatically does it, so I don't even bother thinking about it anymore.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, it's okay, fine, thank you, and
I
keep
think
going.
we need to talk more, write less. Okay.
You're Saying It Wrong is part of the NPR network and is produced in the studios of KMUW in Wichita, Kansas by me, Fletcher Powell. Kathy Petrus records from her home in Armia, Spain, Ross Petrus from his home in Toronto, Ontario in Canada. Torrin Anderson composed our theme music, and our digital team is Beth Golay, Kate Hutchins, and Carly Cooper. You can find all of our past episodes by subscribing to the You're Saying It Wrong podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or by visiting us at kmuw.org. If you have a question for Kathy and Ross, if you'd like to suggest a topic, or you just want to reach out, you can email me at powell@kmuw.org or email them at kandrpetrus@gmail.com. You can also email us a voice memo of you asking it your question. You might get your voice heard on air. If you'd like to do the same thing by downloading the KMUW app, you can do that and just click the Talk to Us button. You can find all of Kathy and Ross's books pretty much anywhere you get books, and a handful of them are also available on audiobook, read by the authors themselves. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week.